What's up everybody, it's your boy Hoymachuupichuu, and I got a little bit of a surprise for you guys. Over the course of maybe about 2 months I've been looking for a keyboard, and I think I might have found the right one for myself. Ever since I got into PC gaming, I've actually been trying out different keyboards here and there, from Razer to Gambius to Corsair, you know, all the big name brand keyboards that everyone's all familiar with. All these name company brands, you know, there's nothing wrong with them, it's just kind of wanted to go with something different. So I went out and sought the right keyboard.
Fix your bed, man. Jeez. The KEMOVE Shadow 60% RGB mechanical keyboard.
So here you go, box of the keyboard itself. It's actually a very solid built box, you know, with the packaging and everything. You know, the actual box that it came in was damaged a little bit. Overall, the actual box itself retained its, its form. You know, I didn't see any dents or anything on it. Alright, moving on, couple of things to notice here. It does come with different switches. As you guys can see, this version is the DK61. It comes with cherries or Gatorons. I went with the Gatoron Browns. Also did go with the Bluetooth version. Also come with a USB-C cable as well for charging, and if you wanted to use it for regular plug-in. And opening up the box itself, one thing I did notice about this packaging, it did not come wrapped in a plastic, you know, at all, or like protective sleeves or whatever. It actually came with like a nice plastic cover, and it's pretty solid with their little, you know, their little KEMOVE logo on it as well. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's really nice, really nice. One of the first few things I noticed right off the box also, it came with 3 different switches that I'm guessing you can actually swap them out. I've never had a 60% keyboard, let alone a hot swappable keyboard, which this one is. I'm guessing that's probably why they came with the 3 different types of switches, which is really nice. I'm assuming these are going to be the Gatoron switches as well, so I'm going to go ahead and do a little sound check for you guys so you guys can hear them, what they sound like. Alright, so here you go. You got your Gatoron whites, you got your Gatoron green, you got your Gatoron yellow. Now personally for me, I've actually never tried any of these switches just yet. So, I mean, it's pretty new, and I actually really like the fact that they do come with different switches. So if you want to change them out, you can. Now here's a little sound test for Gatoron white. Pretty quiet. Here you go, you got your Gatoron yellows. A little sound test. Just as quiet as the whites, but this one has a little bit more of a resistance when I press on them. And here you go, you got your Gatoron greens. Sound test. Ooh. Nice. Okay. I like that. So they give you different kinds of switches to do hot swappable, you know, your switches. So here you go, some other things that come with the keyboard itself. You get these nice little keycap puller. You also get the switch pullers. Pretty cool. I've actually never seen these before. Really nice. And you got your little mechanical keyboard manual. This thing I'm actually going to keep because, again, I have never had 60% layout keyboard before, so this is going to be very handy if you've never had one yourself. Always have this with you. Here's the keyboard itself, and honestly, they look really nice. Like, the keyboard itself, the caps, they are double shot PBT caps, so they are pretty solid. The lights do shine through the lettering in the caps itself, and the legends are pretty legible. Everything is pretty solid. Just to give you guys a little bit of a flex test, I'm literally like, I'm like trying to flex it, but no flex on this thing at all. At all. Alongside the back, you have your Bluetooth connectivity right here, as well as your Windows and Mac if you wanted to switch over between Mac and PC. The left side is your USB-C port. I actually don't mind it being on the left side. I'd rather have it in the middle, but this is not too bad at all. Some would actually be on the left, which I'm not a big fan of. But this is actually not too bad at all. Going on to the back side, we also have flip up feet. They're actually really nice. I mean, they are pretty small, but they do have nice rubber grips. Actually, all four sides have rubber grips on them, and they, you know, they make a nice little sound as well. Pretty solid build in back. Switching on the keyboard, just go ahead and show you guys some of the lighting effects. Honestly, this keyboard, when I saw it, I was actually really surprised at how well the lighting is on this keyboard. Like, honestly, if you look at it, and this is just solid color, by the way, it's actually really bright. Going through some of the features of this keyboard, this does have Bluetooth 5.0 connectivity, so it does connect fairly well to your PC or Mac. You can also have it plugged in via USB if you wanted to. For what it is, it does have great connectivity. The latency isn't that bad. I mean, for just regular typing, I mean, it is pretty solid, but if you are gonna game, I would recommend plugging it in, just because who wants to die nowadays, right? There you go. Just to go ahead through some of the RGB effects, go ahead and hold FN, and you're just gonna press the slash button and you're gonna cycle through. For what it is, the onboard software of this keyboard, you actually get a good amount of options as far as it comes to RGB. This is actually fairly new. I've never seen this one before, which is really nice. I like how the transitions to different colors. That is really cool. And then you got something like the Matrix. You got this one, which is really cool too. Yep. With the Bluetooth connectivity, you can connect up to 3 devices holding FN, Z, X, or C. Those are going to be your 3 choices to choose from. Here's a little sound test for you guys. The keyboard itself actually does have a nice little height to it already. With the keys, actually, they do have a little bit of slant to them, so it's not straight or anything. You can have that nice natural contour for the hands for when you're typing. I mean, for me, honestly, this is perfectly fine without the legs. Now with the legs up, it actually does give you still a little bit more of an elevation, so it does still contour that nice curve. So when you're actually typing, it feels almost natural for you. I mean, for me, like I said, this does feel natural for me because I'm actually kind of used to having my fingers up already for typing. But like I said, this is actually pretty comfortable for me. I haven't used this keyboard long enough to actually test the battery life of it, but it does sport a 4,000 milliamp battery, which is plenty of power for whatever it is you're going to be doing. For me, like, I do want to run the RGB on it, but I'm probably just going to stick to just one color, maybe even turn down the brightness as well. Honestly, a 4,000 milliamp battery, I'm pretty sure if you are very nice with the battery life, you can probably get at least a good week out of it. And that's being polite. All in all, I have to say I'm actually very impressed with this keyboard. I mean, granted, this is my first one. I'm still like really happy with the purchase. When I bought it off Amazon, it was still under $100. So I mean, you really are getting yourself a really great budget keyboard for under $100. So would I recommend this keyboard to you guys? Honestly, I probably would. Just for the simple fact that it does a solid job. It feels solid when you're typing. It feels solid when it's in your hands. Keystrokes of the Gateron Browns feel nice. I mean, they still have that click, they still have that tactile bump, but they're not as clicky as like Gateron Blues or any kind of blue switches for that matter. And that's my review for the KEMOVE Shadow 60% mechanical RGB keyboard. I hope you guys found this video informational. If you really did enjoy this video, please toss a like, drop a comment, even subscribe to my channel. Thank you for joining with me today, and I will see you guys next time on the next review of whatever it is that I do. See y'all later. Bye.
Okay, bye.